Hello everyone, my name is Kevin and this is my corner. And today I'm bringing you another Transformer toy review from the Power of the Primes line. This time I will be reviewing Power of the Primes Dinobot Slug. Before we get into the review, let's delve into the Slug's backstory and see what we can dig up. Slug is a Dinobot, a group of robot warriors who can transform into dinosaurs. They first appeared in the original Transformers G1 cartoon. One day, Ironhide discovered a group of dinosaur bones after he went to investigate seismic activity near the Ark. For those who don't know, the Ark is the Autobots' ship that they use to escape Cybertron. It has appeared several times throughout the Transformers lore and is usually designated as the Autobots' base of operations. Okay, so Ironhide finds some dinosaur fossils which gives Wheeljack an idea. He used those bones to create three Dinobots known as Grimlock, Slag, and Sludge. The Dinobots are extremely powerful warriors because of their size, power, and viciousness, but they lack cognitive reasoning. They're pretty much powerful weapons who can't really think for themselves, really. Now, did you notice that the names I said were Grimlock, Slag, and Sludge? Grimlock is a T-Rex, Sludge is an Apatosaurus, Slag is a Triceratops. I was confused when I read that Slag was the Triceratops because I've always known Slug to be this Triceratops of the group. So are Slug and Slag two different Dinobots with the same alt mode? The answer is no. I found out that Slug's original name used to be Slag. After reading up on the reason why, it seems that at some point in Transformers lore, the word Slag became a popular expletive for Cybertronians. In fact, the series I grew up on in the 90s called Beast Wars made the word popular and has been used in comic books, video games, and other Transformers shows ever since. But there was a problem. In the UK and some European countries, the word slag was slang for the word slug. So Slag was renamed in the 2000s to avoid trouble, and his name in the 2000s was Snarl. But that wasn't the only time Slag had a name change. When High Moon Studios' Transformers Fall of Cybertron game came out, they renamed the character as Slug instead, and has stuck ever since. So now all incarnations of Slag are called Slug. But who is Slug? Slug is a hothead who's always picking a fight. Some of the Autobots don't even want to deal with him because of his violent outbursts and rude nature. He extremely dislikes Optimus Prime and has been known to even mouth off to his leader, Grimlock. And also, did I mention he can breathe fire? Yeah, he's a fire-breathing Triceratops. Slug appears several times across different Transformers media. He is originally introduced in the G1 cartoons. He shows up in Transformer combo books both under the Marvel brand name and the current IDW lines. This Dinobot also shows up in Transformers Animated but under the name of Snarl. And if you've seen Michael Bay's Age of Extinction, Slug also shows up alongside Grimlock, Strafe, and Scorn. Okay, I have 3 fun facts. First fun fact, Slug's concept name was Tricerabot. Second fun fact, Sir Eduardo Luigi Paolozzi, God I hope I'm saying that right, is a famous Scottish sculptor and artist who is said to be one of the pioneers of pop art. His studio was recreated at the Scottish National Gallery of Modern Art in Scotland. According to Wikipedia, there is a Slag toy somewhere in his recreated workspace. I think that's really cool. Someone took the time to recreate his workspace and they even have a Slag toy there. That's pretty cool, come on! Last fun fact. In Transformers Animated, Snarl, aka Slug, didn't have any lines due to limitations, but Derek J. Wyatt, who helped create Transformers Animated as the art director and lead character designer, once said during a Transformers convention that he always imagined Slug sound like comedian Louis Anderson. And that's it for Slug's backstory and fun tidbits. If I missed anything, please DM me on Twitter at Superior2099. Now, let's get into my review of Power of the Primes Dinobot Slug. I think Slug is an okay Transformer at best. It's not great because his robot mode doesn't stand out in any meaningful way to me. Slug has some parts that are translucent plastic, but it doesn't stand out in his robot mode. You can see he has a bit of that translucent plastic on the sides of his legs and the back of his head. His transformation is really simple and easy, but Slug lacks articulation. He can't move his head. It takes several times to get him to stand up on his own. His feet are always at an angle and it gets me really frustrated to position him in a good pose. The only good things I could say about his robot mode is that he does have a great and prominent Autobot symbol on his chest. And even though I hate that his head can't move, I do love the head sculpt. I love the black color of his head sculpt and the eyes are red enough to strike fear into his enemies. Overall, His robot mode is okay. I wouldn't recommend displaying Slug in his robot mode because his alt mode is where he really shines. Now, let's talk about the Prime Armor, aka hands and feet. For those of you who don't know, a Prime Armor is a piece that is included with every deluxe figure. All Voyager-sized Transformers make up the torso, while deluxe figures like Dinobot Slug make up limbs for a combiner. Each deluxe is engineered to become either a leg or arm. Thus, the Prime Armor is an attachment that can either be a hand or foot. While I think that Prime Armor is better hands and feet models than the ones in the Combiner Wars line, I think it still kind of sucks as a gimmick for the deluxes, to be honest. Each Prime Armor can hold a Prime Power, but that's essentially all there is to it. It is mostly for looks, but I don't think it works well enough. It just makes the figure look unnecessarily bulky. I noticed that each Prime Armor is unique in some way to the deluxe that it's being packaged with. Slug's Prime Armor looks like a small claw. Both Slug and Swoop share the exact same Prime Armor. Okay, let's talk about his alt mode. This is what the people want. God, I just love how this little guy looks. Slug's Triceratops mode is the best. This is where those G1 colors truly shine, and you can clearly see the translucent plastic on his head, legs, and tail. Look at that tail! It's cute and perfect. He can also open and close his jaw, which hides the Autobot symbol that is used in his robot mode. I love that some of the details, such as the frills on his head and the black line across his torso, help break up the gray color. They also painted what I assume is a control panel on his tail, which kind of reminds me of Darth Vader's control panel. My only complaint would have to be that his horns came warped right out of the packaging, so be careful with that. I know you could do the hot water trick to fix the issue. It's a minor complaint, but I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of it. So there you have it, folks. I think Power of the Prime's Dinobot Slug is an overall okay figure. I don't like his robot mode, but I do love his Triceratops alt mode. What do you think of this figure? Will you pick up Slug for your collection? Let me know in the comments below. Please give me a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you enjoyed this style of content. Thanks for watching, and this has been Kevin's Corner.